Now let's get to another album that I want to talk about, and another project I want to talk about. And this is also somebody. This is also somebody who has been in the algorithm, that has been talking their ish, that has been doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? And his album actually got pushed back. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reasons, and he was mad at his label for that. I want to talk about Joey Badass. I want to talk about Joey Badass because, you know, for the past 6 months or so, and I'll get to that question, Sash. I'll get to that question. For the past 6 months or so, he been dropping records, diss records, and just records in general that have been fire. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, Joey Badass was trying to wake up the East Coast, trying to wake up his side of the USA to just, you know, get back to doing dope music. He felt like it was a void in New York music, and he wants to fill that void. I respect it. I respect it. You know what I'm saying? He's still an actor. He's still doing acting roles and things like that. But he's also very serious about his craft and dropping music. He's very, very serious about that. You know what I'm saying? And I applaud that because, you know, anytime you have a profession, especially like TV and film, that undoubtedly pays you more than music, you can easily just drop off and be like, man, I'm done with all this music shit. I'm just doing TV and film. I'm getting this money. I'm getting these big bags. I'm done. But he's adamant about getting himself back into music and doing things for the right reasons with creativity. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the name of his actual album. I think his album is that's what it's called. His album is called "It's Lonely at the Top." That's the name of his new project. It's Lonely at the Top. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. And it's dope because, you know, like I said, he had, you know, slight little beef. He tried to throw shots at Kendrick. Kendrick never responded. Kendrick Lamar never responded. He don't give a shit about that. But then he tries to, well, I'm not gonna say try. He picks up a fight from people who was trying to defend Kendrick just by natural sheer loyalty. You know what I'm saying? The Ray Vons of the world, the Daylights of the world. You know, shout out to Daylight, that's my guy. Even who else? A couple of people from the West threw a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? Lip Poppy threw a shot at him. You know what I'm saying? There was a couple of people. I think I'm forgetting a couple of people. But nonetheless, he put on a rap battle with a lot of people, and it was dope. But now it's album mode. Now it's album mode. What are you going to do when it's time to put out an album? You can't diss nobody. I mean, that's cool, but you got to have bops. The one thing that, you know, I heard, like, you know, I watched the Bigger Picture. If you don't know what the Bigger Picture is, it is a hip hop show with Elliot Wilson, DJ Head. That's my guy. Shout out to DJ Head, and Jeremy Heck. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jeremy Heck. And their show, they cover a lot of different, you know, great hot topics. And they talked about Joey Badass. And the one thing that DJ Head said about Joey Badass was he needs to come with some bops. Like, you already showed everybody you can rap. You showed everybody your pen is dope. You showed everybody that you can, you know, you want to tangle with the best. But now you got to make bops. Now you got to bring us in. Now you got to give us something to play constantly. I want to hear something for the radio. I want to hear something for the club. I just want to hear something I can play in my car. Can you deliver a stellar album? Now, me, I'm a 1999 fan. That is a project that Joey Badass put out before, and it to me, it's like a hip hop classic. I think it will eventually be a hip hop classic. It'll eventually be a hip hop classic, but he got to deliver on this album for sure. He definitely has to deliver on this album because, just respectfully, you got into rap battles, you talked a lot of ish, you came at Kendrick, so it ain't even about Kendrick responding. You got to live up to the musical and the musical creativeness of what Kendrick Lamar does. If your album doesn't raise the bar not like that, but it has to raise some type of level of elite album making. You got to be at that point. As long as you've been in the industry, you got to have something that people want to stick with. That's my whole thing with Joey Badass. The 1999 record, I loved. I stuck with that. That is one of my favorite projects that he put out. But I want him to make this project, put your all into it. I want you to have fire on there. You got to have fire on this project, yo. It's real. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you have the right collaborations. And okay, you got to have some New York collaborations on this album. Because you was bigging up, your coast, bigging up Brooklyn. So you got to have a New York collab. In my opinion, I think you should have a legendary New York collab, and you should have a new artist New York collab, like somebody that's recent, like a Dave East or somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to have a legendary collab. I would love to hear you with Nas. Nas was on your 1999 album, and he did a skit, but he didn't rap. I would love to hear Nas on a verse on this album. I would love to hear 50 on a verse on this album. And to be honest, I think 50 Cent should executive produce his next album if he hasn't done this one already. 50 Cent executive producing Joey Badass album would be fire, because it's not that, like, let me say, Joey Badass doesn't need help with lyrics or rapping and stuff like that. But he may need help on song concepts, hooks, and that's what 50 is good at. 50 is good at making music that's captivating for somebody. Even at this stage, the man made This Is the Big Rich Town, and it's a hit as an intro to a TV series. It reels you in. So I would love to hear 50 Cent executive produce a project or even some songs for Joey Badass. Also, sorry, my apologies. I'll be working for real. Also, in my opinion, he needs to have the right singer-rapper combination. I would love for him to have the right singer and rapper as let's say we get Joey Badass and Chris Brown. Or what if we get a Joey Badass and Janae Aiku? Or what if we get a Joey Badass and her? Or a Joey Badass and Giveon? Or a Joey Badass and Snow Allegra? You know what I'm saying? Why not? Why not? I would love to get a Joey Badass and a legendary singer or a new singer, even a Mary J. Blige or something like that. I would love to get that on the album. I would love to get that on the album. That'd be fire. Because then we can have something for the ladies, something for the club, something for the hip-hop cats. And the title was called It's Lonely at the Top. You gotta come with fire if it's called It's Lonely at the Top. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? It's lonely at the top? Oh, you gotta go crazy. You gotta go nuts. I promise you. You gotta go nuts. 50 did his thing with the intro for sure. You gotta go in. That's my whole thing. That's my whole premise of Joey Badass in this album. You got a lot of weight on your shoulders. You put a lot of weight on your shoulders. You need to deliver. It's a lot of other albums that's coming out at the end of this year, but those two albums, Cardi B and Joey Badass album, those two albums I want to hear. I want to hear those two albums. I want to hear those two albums. On top of that, let me say this. They both, right now with the scope of how hip hop is going, they both have the opportunity to reach number ones because I don't think that they're dropping these albums in the same week. So they both got opportunities to make a number one Billboard spot for the albums. They also got an opportunity to get like, I project Cardi B. I project Cardi B to make like around 200,000 for 200,000 in the first week. I project if Joey Badass can just get 80,000 in the first week, he did his thing. Cardi B, I'm expecting 200,000. I'm expecting at least 80, just 8, well, maximum 80 for Joey Badass. If he do better than 80, he did his thing. He did what he's supposed to do, for sure.